Reassurance is something that a lot of people kind of toss around here and there. But what exactly does reassurance mean?
Hi, it's Kim.
Hi, it's Christine.
We are here to help you navigate change. So before we start, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe so you're the first one to know when we get a new video.
Reassurance is something that a lot of people kind of toss around here and there. But what exactly does reassurance mean?
It's really needed other people to validate your decision or who you are to make you feel good about it. You can't feel good about it and be assured that you're taking the right decision unless somebody else is kind of feeding you that confirmation.
So, why is it that people are constantly seeking this reassurance? The big thing is a lack of confidence. So, when you are lacking confidence, you tend to seek reassurance. And then when you seek reassurance, you still lack confidence because you didn't justify yourself. So, we're going to talk about some of the impacts and how you can stop seeking that reassurance.
And for the purpose of this video, it's really important you understand when we talk about looking for self reassurance from someone else, not talking about asking advice once in a while. We're talking about the moment when it becomes an unhealthy habit to needed that information, that confirmation to be able to take action. So it's really different from asking advice to knowledgeable people that surround you.
There are many impacts when you seek reassurance. The first one is decreased confidence in yourself and your decision-making ability.
When you're waiting for that person to reassure you, and that person gives you that reassurance, you undermine your ability of taking your own decision and reassuring yourself. So you're telling your brain that you needed that answer, that otherwise you couldn't have done it without it.
The next thing is you're paralyzed to act because you're afraid to make mistakes. You're not used to trying to justify it to yourself. You need somebody else to justify that it's a good thing.
And if you think about it in another way, it basically means that you're waiting on someone else to take an action. You're waiting on someone else's approval to be able to move forward in life.
Yeah, and because you're always taking the safe road or what other people are saying you should do, you have a tendency to repeat things over and over again. Like, so you'll kind of choose the safe path or you'll end up making the same mistakes simply because like you're not validating things to yourself.
And when you think about it, the best thing in life happens when you're out of your comfort zone. So if you keep seeking in the same safe zone, nothing will change, nothing will move forward.
Yeah, and the other thing is you take excessive time to complete tasks because, it's not just, okay, I can do this, let's go. There's that game of, oh my goodness, okay, I'm going to start this task. Now I need somebody to reassure me that I'm doing it right, and I need to kind of keep going along with it. So it can take a really long time to finish or even start things.
And we're listening to Kristen talk, and that's exactly what it means. But also, you think about it, it becomes a drug. So basically, you need reassurance for part one of the project, and then you get to part two. Oh my God, you need reassurance to part two before you can go to part three, and it's the never-ending game, right? So more you're gonna get it, more you're gonna need it.
This can really negatively impact your relationships with your friends, with loved ones, even with your coworkers, because you're constantly needing this reassurance and you're constantly asking like the same questions over and over again.
But also people around you are going to start wondering, am I really helping that person by reassuring them all the time? And they're going to tend to stop reassuring you after a while, understanding that it's not helping you, but you're still going to need that reassurance.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is how to stop seeking reassurance and how to gain confidence. The first way that you can tackle this is to use exposure therapy. Here's how you do it. The first part is you make a list of ways that you seek reassurance, including people. So, write down all the people that you seek reassurance from or all the ways that you seek reassurance. The second thing you do is stop seeking reassurance. So after you have your list, you have to figure out what you're going to stop doing and start small. So for instance, if you have, 5 people that you seek reassurance from on a regular basis, maybe stop seeking reassurance from one of them at a time, until you get to a point where you're not seeking reassurance from anything. And remember, when we talk about reassurance, you could even be, on an online dating app. So when your date doesn't go that well, you jump on the app, and that's how you seek reassurance, is by the number of likes that you're getting. So there are lots of different ways that you can be seeking reassurance. So look at the ways you're seeking reassurance and then start kind of eliminating those. So first thing is identify ways you're seeking reassurance. Second thing is start eliminating the ways that you're seeking reassurance. And the last part of exposure therapy is try to predict what will happen if you stop seeking reassurance. Do you think that bad things will happen because you stop? Or do you think that you'll gain confidence because of this? Or how do you see yourself changing and your life changing if you don't need the other people to reassure you that you're going in the right direction and you're making the right decisions? Now, the second thing that you can do is to take control of your negative thinking. If you change your negative thinking, that will actually help you improve your self-confidence. And if you have high self-confidence, you won't feel the need for reassurance. So Kim, do you have any kind of tips that you want to share regarding ways to get out of that negative thinking mindset?
Yeah, so every time you realize that you have a negative mindset, try to offset it. So for each negative thought, try to come up with 3 positive. Reason being is your brain is not recognize or remember the 3, but it should surely at least remember 1 of the 3. So every negative, try to turn it in positive. And one very important thing you have to remember too is that this is a process. Nothing comes overnight. It's not necessarily always easy. It's about being able to resource yourself and really look at you and be honest about where you are mentally.
So instead of seeking reassurance when you don't feel very good about yourself, focus on getting out of that negative mindset.
If you didn't get a message from someone you messaged, I'm giving an example, and you want to know if you're still attractive, you need that. Why don't you just look at yourself in the mirror and name things you like about yourself? Why do you need a stranger that only saw a few pictures of you to tell you you're beautiful? You don't need that. So try to provide yourself. It's going to be hard. It's going to be an exercise you're going to have to do over and over again before you feel comfortable doing it. But everybody should be comfortable looking at themselves in the mirror and naming the best thing about themselves. And when you get to that ultimate goal where you don't need that anymore, you're going to see your level of stress and anxiety to drop dramatically. Because now it's not going to be a struggle every time you need to make a decision or every time you need to keep going. So one of the things you can do is don't be afraid to celebrate your small victory. Don't be afraid to pat yourself in the back and say, good job. You don't need always people to tell you you did a good job. It doesn't always have to be humongous or huge task or huge project, or, celebrate all those little wins, and it's going to boost your self-esteem.
Get a journal and write it down. Record every milestone, every success, regardless of how small, just put it in there.
There's another way you can do too, if, writing is not your forte, record yourself. You have a cell phone. When you're in a very positive state of mind, when you are in that period of power and you can do anything in the world and you're super positive about yourself, make a tape of yourself, challenging and cheering on yourself.
Next time you feel the urge to seek reassurance, remember that the reason why you seek reassurance is because you're lacking confidence in yourself or the decisions that you're about to make. Instead of trying to reach out to people and reassure yourself that way, start relying on yourself, because if you do that, you're going to find that doors are going to start opening for you. Relationships are going to start evolving in ways that you never thought possible. And it's just going to give you a better sense of self. So we hope that you enjoyed today's video. And if there are any other topics that you want us to cover, please place them in the comment section below.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.